Hello, I am Julia M. Spencer, real estate advisor, investor, and enthusiast. And I'm walking through a Florida neighborhood looking at the houses, as I always do when I'm on vacation or not. And one of the things that are important to notice when you're investing in real estate in Florida is obviously how close are you located to any kind of areas that are hurricane prone. Obviously Florida, very low-lying country, very high prone for hurricanes, and one of the things that you have to watch is the construction of your house, or the house that you're investing, or if you're flipping, or if you're building, how you set up your house. So I'm walking through this neighborhood a little bit. I'm checking out the houses. As you can see, a lot of these houses are built low, which is good. That kind of reduces the risk of flooding. Well, I'm sorry, actually that does not reduce the risk of flooding. Actually, if you want to prevent flooding that occurs with a hurricane, you want to have your house elevated. A lot of these houses are low-lying, single-story, ranch kind of houses in this neighborhood, so they're not very high. So I think the construction builders' goal was to avoid having too much windfall on these houses, so they built them really low. But there's actually kind of like, okay, I'm going to take this back, but because there's actually no set way of how to build a house to make it make it hurricane proof, and that it remains standing in a hurricane, because in the hurricane you just never know what side, what direction the hurricane's winds are coming from. Also, they switch direction halfway through, so there's no really one set way of how to build a house to make it 100% hurricane proof. However, there's a couple of things that you can look at when you're investing or building to make your house more hurricane proof that have been proven by researchers. And one of the things, of course, in a hurricane, you have to watch for flooding. So if you can build a house that is elevated, that will prevent the bottom floor of flooding. Of course, also always make sure you have flood insurance no matter what. The other thing is, if you have a house that is a square structure, better yet, an octagonal structure, or a structure with 6 or 8 sides, that would be the best. The roof, you want to make sure that the roof has several panels, not just 2. Because this is important because a lot of times the roofs are attached to the remaining existing structure by staples, or maybe small roof nails. And what will happen in a hurricane, if a roof, and especially if it's a large roof like 2-panel gable roof, which are more common, if that kind of roof gets lifted, which usually hurricane winds are uplifting, what will happen is that the whole entire house will go with it. And so you want to make sure that the panels of your roof are more than 4, or at least 4, not just 2, and which is a little bit difficult because it's a little bit more expensive to build roofs that way. And most are gable roofs with just two panes, and that will make it, of course, not as resistant to hurricane winds. The other thing to think about when looking at construction for hurricanes is a lot of the winds in hurricanes are uplifting winds. They're coming from the bottom and lifting. So you want to make sure that the house roof itself doesn't stick over the edge more than 20 inches. That's kind of the recommendation. Of course, if you have porches where the roof is sticking way out, that is going to be a threat for having the roof lifted up and blown away, as well as the remainder of your house also being blown away. So for more tips like this, just go on my website. It's www.juliamspencer.com. Sign up for your free guide to real estate investing. Sign up for your newsletter, and I hope I see you investing soon. Thank you.
For your free guide to real estate investing, visit juliamspencer.com.